One of the most requested sequels for Nintendo to make was probably Luigi's Mansion 3, as we haven't gotten a sequel on a home console for the GameCube game, which is a fan favorite. So, does Luigi's Mansion live up? As many people were disappointed by Dark Moon on the 3DS, and don't even consider that a proper Luigi's Mansion game. Well, would this one be considered by those fans? Well, let's find out. Hi guys, this is DPX, reviewing today Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Nintendo Switch. Before we get started though, you know what to do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications, and leave a comment, and you'll be a loyal subscriber. The gameplay for Luigi's Mansion is reminiscent of a tried and true Luigi's Mansion game. You'll be sucking up some ghosts and loving every minute of it, but it's different this time around. In the GameCube game and in Dark Moon, you're just sucking up ghosts, but in this game, you're actually beating the shit out of them, slamming them around or even into one another, which I think is really cool and adds more to sucking up the ghosts. Not to mention Luigi. Luigi is a gameplay mechanic where Luigi duplicates himself into a gooey form of himself and can do stuff Luigi can't, such as go through thin spaces or run through spikes or swinging axes up top. He can also help with certain puzzles that require both characters. However, that comes with restrictions. Since Luigi's made of goo, he can't go a second on water without melting. This makes you have to use your brain at some point. My only complaint is that the second stick on the controller is used to rotate Luigi, which can get really annoying during a heated fight, like a boss fight. Other than that though, the controls are nice. Luigi's Mansion 3 oozes with charm and character. Whether it's Luigi himself, Professor Egad, the Polterpup, or the ghosts, every character and everything almost is charming. Even the enemy ghosts that don't need much character have them. There are normal ghosts and they sometimes even have things like sunglasses or even shields as defense. There are also a lot of angry ghosts and just others with personality. This is where I talk about the bosses. The bosses are pretty cool as you always have to find certain ways to defeat them. I mentioned this one boss fight earlier and I'll quickly talk about it again since I feel it's the lowest point of the game in my opinion. That being the gardener ghost boss. Rotating Luigi was a pain in the ass, but you basically fought the boss by using a chainsaw item in the game and cutting the plant that he grew. It was almost like a piranha plant in a way. This got really annoying, and it took a while for me to beat since you move really slow with the chainsaw during the fight, but you gotta be quick, and you need the chainsaw. That's where the major complaints both begin and end for me though. The story is admittedly nothing big or groundbreaking, but that's just the norm for Nintendo games. It doesn't need to be. Pretty much, Luigi, of course, but as well as Mario, Peach, and the Toads are all invited to stay at a hotel. But then everyone, but of course Luigi, gets kidnapped and turned into a painting, and it's up to Luigi to save the crew. There are many floors of the hotel that you get to by an elevator But there's a catch. The buttons to the floors are missing. For each floor you complete, you receive a button to the next floor, in which are, the levels. These levels are really cool. My personal favorite being the movie set, because you actually get to have a fight with Godzilla. I'm not kidding. I do get that this is also not a mansion, but rather a hotel, but would Luigi's Hotel make for a great name? No. The story isn't anything cool or anything, but the levels are fantastic, I feel. Now for a disclaimer, I didn't really have anyone to play this game with, so I just left another controller and let it sit there. Anyways, in terms of other stuff, the multiplayer, Scream Park, is pretty cool as it can go up to 8 players and it's just a little mini game capturing ghosts, but it's still cool with friends. It's also worth noting that you can actually play the whole game in 2-player, but I haven't done that. As for other things, this game might actually be one of the best looking games to date on the Nintendo Switch, and the music ain't too bad either. There is one more thing to add, and that's the Virtual Boo, a device modeled after the Virtual Boy that flopped hard for Nintendo that EGAD gives Luigi and is where Luigi receives his calls. Yeah, every time Luigi receives a call, he pulls out a Virtual Boy and puts his face in it. Also, whenever you pause it, it's black and red. This is all really cool, honestly, even if the Virtual Boy fucking sucks. In conclusion, Luigi's Mansion 3 is one hell of a ride. It is really fun and honestly really addicting. I was hooked into this game, and I got addicted. It's visually appealing. You keep wanting to find out what happens next, even if it's not even like a story that makes you want to do that. You just want to keep playing. It's one of those games. It might be the best Luigi's Mansion game yet. I mean, there's only 3 of them, but it's better than the first one and better than the 3DS one. Great game, is a lot of fun, and I feel like if you have a Switch, you owe it to yourself to get this game. Luigi's Mansion 3 gets a 9 out of 10. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to give this game a 9 out of 10, but the major problem I find in it is that one boss fight. And I mean, that was really annoying, that one boss fight. But also the controls with rotating Luigi, that's just because I suck. And I got used to that too. So yeah, that's my review for Luigi's Mansion 3. Is it the best Switch game of the year? Many people have been asking that question. Is it? I definitely think it could be, and it could be a contender for Game of the Year if you really want to go that far. There's been many Switch games this year that are contenders for Game of the Year, so that'll be pretty tough. What do you think? Do you like this game? Do you not like this game? Did you get it? And do you want to get it? Do you not want to get it? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.